We just got a very interesting named sub before we get into this game here. This is the best of 5 semifinals. We'll talk about more in a second. But point 2, shout out to Lord Mudbutt.
What?
That's
Alright.
amazing.
Cheers, man.
But okay, guys, here we are. Zombie Grub has had to take a bit of a break. She's not feeling so hot. Hopefully she'll be back for the finals. But here we are in the semifinals. Once again, this is a best of 5. This is a real man's finals. And the winner of this goes on to fight against Life in the grand finals. Loser, sadly, will fall to go against JYP for the 3rd, 4th place match prize. But there's a lot of money in the line, guys. Everybody at this point is guaranteed bare minimum $300. It's pretty good stuff. It's like a Go for StarCraft finals is how I like to refer it to it.
It's very nice, yeah.
But alright. Spawning here in the lower central portion of the map. The Blue Zerg player. The Independent. Sponsored by Rocket. Hyun.
Nice, alright. And then the top left, we've got our red Zerg player playing for Incredible Miracle. It is Byul.
So Byul's fully aware about the wrecking, fully aware of the wrecking Byul meme, by the way, the joke. If anyone doesn't know, Todd made it very obvious to him when we were casting the group stages, and I loved Byul's reaction. It's just like so confused, like why? Why am I wrecking Byul? Don't understand. But yeah, guys, it's kind of cool. We are incredibly far ahead of schedule, actually. The tournament was meant to go on much longer than it currently is, and I've got no complaints. Not that I want this to be over with sooner, but I'm just glad this goes so smoothly. We had a bit of a rough start to the day, of course. For those who missed it, we had some troubles with some players forfeiting and being unable to play. A little sad Bomber wasn't able to be making it, but yeah, JYP took his place pretty nicely. The rest of the brackets played out in, I think, probably as most people would have expected. But this series pretty back and forth so far. I'm not gonna lie, Namshar, as much as I love Hyun, I kind of want Byul to take this game just so we go to game number 5. Like there's no other reasoning.
Would be nice.
Just, that's it.
Yeah. Why not? Yeah, that would be cool. But yeah, you know, 2 really strong Zergs coming up against each other. So I would imagine this game's gonna be, I guess, a bit more close than the last one. Last game was really just strange. Can't really take too much away from that one. It's like, yeah, pretty wacky. But we did have Hyun, by the way. Yeah.
If Hyun wins the series, I want to ask him what was up with those gases, because I am also a little bit perplexed on the choices.
Yeah, like he might as well have gone, you know, he was going for a super strange like Queen Roach on him, but you know, why go up to 4 gases? Just stay on 3. Like he only had 1 Evo anyway, or you know, even like maybe not 2 gases, but this is, I've never seen anything like it. This is mind-boggling. Like he stayed gasless for so long. Like normally you take 2 gases at least like 42, 44 supply, but yeah, he just didn't take them at all, and then he just took too much. So yeah, weird game, but yeah, let's just focus on this. So we did have Hyun go 15 hatch, and Byul did go 15 pool. You know, just a small detail there. And Byul now mining with 3 workers now on 1 gas. It's gonna get a bit of a later speed, but Hyun mining gas a lot sooner. And he does have Ling speed, you know, halfway down already. So it looks like Hyun is gonna go quite aggressive here with Ling Bane, with the speed about to finish. So should see him start making Lings about now. And what does Byul have to defend this? He's got 1 creep queen. He's making a spine now, around 512. So that's kind of fine, but I don't think he realizes. What did he really scout? He did scout the gas timing, so he should have some kind of feeling about what's going on. But yeah, there's the links. 20 links in production. Yeah,
he didn't see the main lane necessarily. I did go down if those links came up. But he's going back in for pass number 2. Don't go for the natural yet. Go for the main. Oh.
Yeah, well, if he sees the links popping out, that's still fine. And I think he does. Yeah.
Oh my god, if he did, that was like as he died. Now, what does he undo back at home? Of course, he doesn't have the creep spread to do a full wall off, so he's gonna have to rely on the ramp of the spine crawler. This spine crawler is gonna get surrounded immediately. I don't think there's enough queens here. He's trying to match production with his own lings, but these are gonna be coming out after this has already started. I like this evolution chamber. This forces a choke in 2 different locations, focusing the banelings. Oh, with his own lings. Spine crawler goes down. Yeah, he doesn't have energy. He's almost got enough energy for 1. Drones are being pulled into this. Oh, he's a little bit scared.
Now. He's gonna hold actually. 2 banelings though coming in. Oh,
he's gotta be careful. There's not a lot for these to connect to, but those drones are kind of littered around the map. Don't pull the drones back, Hyun! Oh, stay behind the queen. It's safe. All right, so he had a drone lead, passive, past tense. He's gonna have a big Ling lead over his opponent now this time, but Hyun without his own Baneling as name, sure. I don't know if he can. We saw some pretty good control and overgrowth.
You mean Byul, right?
No,
you mix them up now, if you.
Well, so Hyun has no Banelings.
No, there's a Baneling nest. Byul has no Baneling nest. What?
Oh wait, you're right. Sorry, I've got the names backwards. I'm absolutely horrible. You're right. Nailed it.
All right.
Sorry, this is the last 4 days of casting catching up with me.
That's alright, man. But yeah, Byul now, he's got a lot of links. He wants to make something happen with them, but yeah, he doesn't have the Baneling, so it's gonna be hard to do anything at all. Sends 2 links in to scout, I guess. He makes 2 spines. Why is he doing that? Let's see. Oh, we had a Roach Warren going down for Byul, so this might actually be an excellent call by Hyun. But
I really like what he did with the drones there. He attacks for like a second just to get a little bit of extra DPS, and then pulls the drones to safety. Banelig's gonna
nice control there.
Oh, the Banelig's weren't really what saves this, but he really doesn't lose a lot of drones either. Hyun maintains a drone lead. I mean, he lost the queen, that kind of sucks. He's got to eventually clean up this one, this one lane.
Yeah. Yeah, this is weird though, because
he's attacking his own Baneling nest. Okay. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but Byul is going for that. Byul is going for that all-in again, or kind of semi all-in. He's making a lair behind it, but he made quite a lot of roaches before the lair or any form of tech, so he's gonna try and do some damage here. But Hyun, he's already got those 2 spines. Is he going Mira? What's going on? Evo Chamber now, so maybe not actually. No, it's just gonna be roaches, but yeah, that's the Roach one.
I guess that's
Byul, is that defensive roaches? I don't know. That's weird. He made like
it holds the wall against Banelings. So I mean, like this is it's a weird wall, but it's a wall that he doesn't have because there's no creep spread, right? So I don't.
Yeah, a bit of an overreaction maybe, because Hyun isn't really being aggressive, so they're not going to be too useful, those roaches. But Byul is like fine though, I guess. Like the drone counts are similar. Byul is going to be behind on upgrades.
Oh wow, Hyun's really worried about this roach attack. Rightfully so. I mean, 5 spine crawlers is the amount you need to hold off a low amount of roaches without your own, but he is eventually going to have his own roaches here in a moment.
Yeah, that's going to put him behind though, because all of that money invested into spines, that's going to lose him map control, because he's investing money into spines. He does cancel them now, but still, those 2 spines, I guess, could be useful later, but he's not going to have as much army supply now, as we see Byul ahead by like 15, 17 right now.
Oh man, sorry, I can't let this one go. I'm sorry. People copy pasting some stupid stuff from chat sometimes when we can't read chat because we're on a massive delay. People are talking about how these guys don't know what they're talking about. Yo, for those who don't know, Rifkin will admit he's probably the worst guy of the trio here, but Namsure is a Grandmaster Zerg player in WCS Europe. So you guys are Grandmaster Zerg player in WCS Europe. Got a long way to go before you can judge Namsure.
Yeah. What's that nonsense? Alright. Well,
I think they're just confused about us being confused about the gases, I imagine. I don't know. Once again, we're on a delay, so it's hard to tell what they're talking about. But alright, so Hyun's got some pretty interesting map control, I'd say. You know, he's still got a lot of Overlord presence. He sees just about every lane. We got Zerglings hiding up here, but he also has his own Zerglings hiding up here, curiously enough.
Yeah. Well, with CPL actually up on 4 gases right now, probably a reaction to the fact that his third is kind of late, so he just kind of wants to, you know, put his drones to better use, and he's now massing roaches off of those 4 gases, and might add on like a second Evo later maybe to spend that gas better. And he's moving out right now, and he does have a supply lead, so this might actually be pretty successful. Hyun doesn't even have roach feed. He's finishing up in a few seconds, but
the drone's transferring actually through the danger zone. But you're right, the numbers are always going to be a big thing at Roach versus Roach. Hyun's got those spine crawlers, but they're so wickedly out of position for this. He's trying to hold while he can burrow them. Zergling's even being brought home to buy a little more time. Drones! Why are you even here? As the spine crawlers burrow, this starts looking a little bit better, but he's bled out a lot of roaches at this point.
Yeah, those spines are going to help out a lot, actually.
But he's got to bring them back into the fight. Like, he can't, unfortunately, get them in range. The spine crawlers aren't able to move forward. He's got that creep spread going. Hyun's chasing, and I don't like that he's chasing into this. He's feeling very confident because he's got the roaches low, but little does he know there's still more coming up behind this. He has evened out the numbers, though, and that is a big deal.
And yeah, he does actually hold that off, surprisingly enough, and he does have only 1 drone ahead, so he's not really ahead on drones either. So the game is a lot more even now. Byul still ahead on army supply, but it's going to be hard to engage into that spine crawler. He did move the second spine crawler to his third base. He's going to move it back now.
Did he lose the others? He had what,
No,
5 before, right?
No, he cancelled those other 3.
Oh,
he only
okay,
had 2.
okay. I didn't catch the cancel.
Yeah, he had 2 all along, so he's going to move that second spine. Oh, nice bit of run by there by Byul. Gets like 2 drones or something with 3 roaches.
The worker difference at this point is, I'd say, fairly minimal. I think the one difference though is Byul's got that already supply lead. You know, that's what I was talking about before with the roaches. I mean, Hyun's gonna be able to maybe on a defender's advantage try and come back into this. I like what he's doing with the contaminates to try and delay larva injects. Do every little bit of what he can to catch up in supply. But 2-1's gonna be finished for him. That'll be the one thing he really has going for him. I should contaminate. Denied.
And Byul, though, actually, you know, he did mine from 4 gases for a while there, quite early on, so he's gonna spend that gas on that second Evo as well. So he's gonna have 2-1 eventually, also. And he's now Hyun also getting Burrow and Tunneling Claws quite early on, so I guess he's gonna try and...
Oh, I don't like this, actually.
...get back into the game that way, but yeah, obviously he's gonna have less money for units for now.
Well, Burrow Tunneling Claws is fantastic, and there's a reason a lot of the Korean players go for it, but to go for this early, it's don't risky. Like that. Yeah, it is risky. You're banking on Byul not attacking.
Yeah, and it is always going to be hard for Byul to attack into those 2 spines, so maybe that's Hyun's reasoning, having those 2 spines helping him. He's moving one of the spines away now. Worried of that run by, I guess. But yeah, taking a bit of a risk, Hyun is, but you know, when you're behind, you're going to want to make something happen to get back into the game, so I don't really mind it, but we'll see if Byul is going to attack now that he's maxed out.
The macro hatchery at the third, I'm not sure I'm a big fan of. It just kind of feels like it's going to be more vulnerable over there. But we see a lot of Zerg players do put it there, so with good reason, the fact that it's quicker reinforcements on that half of the map. But deciding to push himself, Hyun getting a little bit perhaps overzealous here. We got a couple of bailings. It's not quite that roach bailing that usually swamps out a whole army, but it's 66 roaches to 49. And while Hyun's got a Carapace upgrade, that doesn't make up for 20 roaches, bottom line.
Yeah. And Hyun was actually supply block for a long time there. He's just making like 12 roaches now, but for a long time he wasn't actually making any units. So I'm happy to see him not actually go for that attack, because that would have been disastrous for him, I feel. But he's gonna pull back and maybe try spread some roaches out to do some damage with Tunneling Claws. Would be nice to see.
I mean, okay, so here's the thing with Tunneling Claws, guys. If you've never seen this before, the idea is you segment off roaches. When you know you can't fight an army head-on, you try and drive them apart. You distract them at the front, you sneak 4 roaches that are natural, sneak 4 roaches to the main. Maybe they overreact, maybe they underreact, you take an actual fight. Hyun's not in a position to do that, though. He is going to take on the fight, but the roach numbers... They're evening up, but I think this is going to go in the favor of Byul. He's got the defender's advantage. Spinecrawler's right there. I mean, Hyun's starting to win this fight, but he shouldn't be. Actually, the momentum is shifting in his favor. Here comes some transfuses. I mean, the +1 Carapace helps, but...
Damn sure, Roach is coming out now, so...
Yeah, there we go. Starting to push this back. I was going to say, I've cast a lot of ZVZs, and there's no reason Hyun should have won this so one-sidedly.
Yeah, that was surprisingly even, actually, because, I mean, not only the Roach numbers, I think they were pretty even, but the big thing was the concave for BL, which is so much better, but yeah, Defender's advantage does come into effect there, and now BL has a supply advantage, actually, quite a big one, as a matter of fact. It's up 30 supply.
But Hyun's going to have a big upgrade advantage once again, too. This time with the Spinecrawler and his own defender's advantage. I mean, if Byul attacks into this, I don't think it's going to go well for him. Currently, he's got a roach lead, but that's not going to last long, because half of his roaches are still right across the map or clumped up back at home. Yeah, Hyun actually could back up to the Spinecrawler possibly, but it is 2-2 versus 2-1. He's got to be careful.
Yep, those 2-2 upgrades are going to help. And BL does move in very closely now. He does have more roaches, but...
This is getting rough for Hyun. He's bleeding out pretty quick. If only the Overseer wasn't there, you can just burrow and wait out for the reinforcements, but Spinecrawler is being repositioned. I don't know if he can get there in time. Oh, well. Drives him back. And this is the power of Defender's advantage, guys. We look at the actual unit count, and I keep trying to do this for Roach Wars. Yeah, Byul's got more, but you gotta understand, those more roaches are over here at home.
And a big thing there, though, also was that Hyun was in the midst of transferring drones from his main to the 4th. And then Hyun realized, well, this fight isn't going too well for me, so he, you know, just picked those drones and used them to buffer in the fight instead. So Hyun lost like a good 6 drones there. So BL is mining heavily from his 4th with 12 drones, and Hyun is mining like nothing at all. So that's a big thing. BL is going to be able to get ahead by a lot in supply again.
Yeah, tunneling claws work out really nice as he sneaks into the space undetected.
Yeah, Hyun did go for tunneling claws really quickly, but early, but he hasn't really used it yet. So.
Yeah, both players with tunneling claws. Actually, I would love to see an overseerless army run into another overseerless army through the ground. Would there actually be collision? I have no idea. Anyways, Roach fight go down here. Hyun's down to supply in a big way. This is looking worse and worse for our blue Zerg player. This could, at this rate, we might actually get that game 5. You know, we gotta say that, but he lost his 4th. Hey, roaches actually do cause collision underground. Didn't know that, but they do. They just that's one another here on the right side of the map. Macro hatchery, it was kind of giving him a bit of leeway earlier, but with an actual 4th base in lieu of a macro hatchery, Byul's caught up pretty nicely. In fact, he does have a macro hatchery in the main. I didn't even notice that come down. So he's actually ahead in pretty much every way possible. Hyun's gonna have to do some serious sneaky stuff if he wants to get back in this. But I truthfully, at this point, it's one of those things where it's too far gone. I feel, you know, like what is Hyun gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, Byul is mining so much. He's maxed out now versus the 130 supply of Hyun, and even a run by now the 3rd with those tunneling claws roaches. All the drones are gonna burrow and the queen, but that's also lost mining time, and Byul is gonna get away with those roaches as well. So nice movement by Byul, but Hyun is trying to do the same thing, but there's actually an overseer and roaches at the 4th of Byul, so he does not take any damage in return. So Byul should just be able to push on through now. He's got so many units, and Hyun's economies is not good enough to get enough roaches out. I mean, Byul even has a bank right now of like 1,500, 1,800
This
minerals,
is rough.
so.
I mean, even with a perfect concave at the top of the ramp, which he's got, I don't know this will be enough. Because the thing is, guys, once again, we look at the roach numbers. Hyun's gonna probably trade out evenly at best here, and this here is at best.
There's actually a lot of roaches from Byul back at home as well. Like, I think he found them now, and some of them he's just using to defend that roach counterattack by Hyun. But yeah, Byul just has too much, so looks like we're gonna be getting that game 5. So very exciting stuff.
Yeah. Deadwing, of course, I'm very excited for. We don't get to see a lot of games at Deadwing.
Yeah. And I mean, it's one thing to call a game too early, but
no, at this point he's lost his important tech stuff. It's
Hyun might just be thinking about the game, like what went wrong, what should I do in the next game, just messing about a little bit. But yeah, good game. Byul played that well. So.
Yeah, no, absolutely. There was a lot of, I'd say indecision. Like Hyun, you go for the fast roach tunneling claws, but then you don't get to use them. You move out with your army, and then you realize you can't actually attack. Byul played that out pretty well. That was one of those macro games, those guys. We talked about it earlier. We expected it to come. It came, and this will lead into game number 5, Deadwing. So this is the semifinals. Once again, both players are basically guaranteed $300 at this point, as the 3rd place and 4th place match do pay out in this tournament. But this will go to game number 5, and this last game will decide who goes up against Life in the grand finals and who's going to fight JYP in the 3rd place match. So 2 minutes of commercials coming at you guys once again. We'll see you in a moment in the lobby.